Hey everyone, what is up? Ooh, I feel like my mic is not correct here. Just let me know that you can hear me. Oh, it looks good. All right, I think everybody can hear me. Hello. Happy Friday. I'm so glad we made it. So, okay, today we are going to be doing Record Shop 101, talking about WTF is Record Shop. And I'll just take you through everything and take you through my perspective as both a user and a staff member. And I will just apologize in advance. I'm quite stuffy today. My allergies are just wild. Not good. Not getting any sleep. It is not fun. I was so stuffed last night. Not good. So while we're just going to wait a few minutes, let some people come in. I would love to know if you are in here, come say hi in the chat. I would love to just say hi, see who's here. If you are new to Record Shop, I'd love to know what brought you here. If it was one of our something that we're doing specifically with one of our artists, I'd love to know who it was, who you've come in to check out. And then while we're waiting, sorry, I'm just looking. I've got literally a list of everything we're going to talk about today. So I'm just making sure I'm not going to miss anything. So I'll start off just explaining who I am. If you don't know me, my name is Redbird. Everybody also calls me Lisa, so you can do either one. Doesn't matter. So I actually joined Record Shop as a player way back in August of 21. So it's been I guess it hasn't been that long, but less than a year. So I joined Record Shop as a player. I was really intrigued by the concept. My husband had been into NFTs since end of 2020. There was no project really grabbed my attention quite like Record Shop did. But I got really interested in this idea of music being valuable and artists not earning a living wage, and how Record Shop might be able to change that. Because the big thing, I'm not a musical artist, and I don't have a ton of friends who are musical artists, other than who I've met here on Record Shop. But I come from a theater background, and very similar in the theater space, where if you're doing community theater, you're doing it purely because you love it and for no other reason. And I find that that's really similar with music. When you release music on Spotify, or you release it really anywhere else right now, you're doing it mostly out of love. And if you make some money, that's great. Artists are making a lot of money touring, but with the pandemic, that really put a crimp in that. And also, if you have a family as an artist, touring is really difficult. So or if you're more of an introvert, then that's really difficult. So what I really love about Record Shop is that it's providing another income stream. Plus, it's a great way. I like to talk about it as like a fan club. Maybe I'll talk about that in a little bit. So anyway, I joined the team because I literally fell in love with what Record Shop does, and thought I just need to be a part of it. So I bugged Obi until he gave me a job, is basically the story on that. So I would love to hear your story. If you're here, just pop it in the chat. I'd love to know that you're here. So while I'm going through the site today and through our 101, feel free to ask questions. But if there's something that I know that's coming up that we're going to answer it, I'll just let you know. So I'll be keeping an eye on the chat as well. Cool. And finally, before we get started, I wanted to just say that I do take feedback on these. If you're like, oh, she missed this really important thing, just let me know. Hit me up on Discord, and I can add it to my list. Because like I said, I got a list right here. All right. So we're just going to talk first about, before I even go to the website, I want to talk about NFTs as a concept, and specifically music NFTs. And how I like to think about them is just like a physical record, like a vinyl. And why did people used to collect those? And my husband has a collection. It's not like it used to, and people are still collecting them. But why? There's a lot of different reasons. It really depends on the person. Some people are doing it because they love the music. They want to own it. They want to support the artist. They know that when they buy it directly from the record store brand new, that profit will, some money goes back to the artist, and they love that thought, knowing that they're supporting them. Some people will buy an album and will leave it sealed and will never touch it because they think, maybe in 20 years this will gain some value and I can sell it and make a profit. And I don't know, why do other people own records? I feel like those are the main reasons. You know, you're either buying it to own it and listen to it and love it, or you're buying it to love it and collect it and potentially resell it in the future. Right? Agreed? So record shop digital collectibles are basically the same thing, where you'll be buying a pack. You can choose to open that. Well, if this is like all weird concepts too, we'll talk about it in a few minutes. But you can choose to open it. You can choose to keep it sealed and then decide what you want to do from there. So that's how I like to think about it. And kind of as we're going through today, I'll try to point out things that are important if you're more of that collecting to play it and love it and to do it because you really want to support that artist, versus the other side of like you want to hold on to it and potentially make a profit in the future. Okay, because there's just two different mindsets. You can kind of have both mindsets, but I'm gonna just talk about it as if it's two very separate mindsets. All right, so let's hop over to the website now. So I'm gonna take you through this is my personal collection. So I have two accounts. I have one that's my personal one that I had before I joined the team. Because like I mentioned at the beginning, I have been a part of the Record Shop as a community member since August of 2021. And then I joined the team as an employee in November. So it was a few months there. So I have quite a nice personal collection. So I'll start with this and walk you through it. So the first place I just recommend you go is over to the collection screen. I'm just going to get my notes up because I always forget something. So I'm hoping if you're listening in today that you might be here because you picked up a free NFT. Maybe an artist you love is thinking about dropping on Rcrdshp sometime soon. So I'm going to show you one of the free NFTs that I just picked up. And it is from our girl, Sarah DeWarren. Actually, you know what? I'm going to find one that has some music on it because Sarah's doesn't have music. All right, Tidy. Tidy Tracks just dropped on Rcrdshp. So they're one of our newest artists on the platform. And they released this free NFT, was what we call it, but it's a free digital collectible. It doesn't cost anything to you. And it's really supposed to show you what you can expect from these collectibles before you have to make that purchase decision. So I'll take you through kind of what you can see on it. I'll talk you through some of the language that we use. So this is a card. Like it looks, think of it like a physical card. I gave an example of the digital vinyl, but let's think about it more like a trading card, a Pokemon card, a sports card, one of those physical cards. That's sort of what we're trying to emulate here. So it's a card. This one has 3 card faces. So it's just like, again, if you think of a physical card, it can have a face. Usually the back one we just call the back, and the front one we call the front. And then there's some cards can have like dozens and dozens of interior faces. It just really depends on the artist and what they wanted to include in that particular card. All right, so next thing I want to show you just over here, some general information about this card. This is all stuff that the artist has actually written themselves and they want to share with you. So I want to show you now some information if you are interested in collecting and you like knowing the numbers behind it, if you're a bit of a numbers nerd like me. So this line, like these 2 lines here, are a little confusing if you're new. So let's talk it through. So this is one of 1,000 common cards minted of this release edition. What does this mean? Okay. So I think that's clear. 1,000 cards. I'm going to just take out common for now. So 1,000 cards. So there's been 1,000 of these cards minted. And when we say minted, you'll hear it often in the NFT space and in the crypto space, but that just really means how many were created. If you're thinking about it like the physical sports card, that'd be how many were printed. Or if you're thinking about it in the vinyls, how many were pressed. That's the same term. Just in this space, we use minted. So 1,000 cards of Wowzers were minted. It's a common card, which means we have different rarity of cards that are available. Some are rare, some are mythic, legendary. There's all these different rarities of cards. So this one in particular is a common card. It just helps you to know like how many have been created. this release edition. So so if I look here at Sam, actually, let's use Sam Town as an example. So Sam is one of our artists on the platform. He has lots of different cards on here. This is one particular release edition. So it's a release card because there's a music track on it, and we call our music tracks releases. And then it's an edition because Sam might have, maybe he made a moment edition of Wowzers, where it's kind of the behind the scenes making Wowzers, and he talks in a video about it. So it's just, again, just giving you a little bit more information about this card. And then, okay, I hope that makes sense now. I'm just going to go through it one more time. If you're in the chat and you're still like WTF, say WTF, and I will just tell me what part is the confusing part, and I will re-explain it. So 1 of 1,000 common cards. So I own one of these. There's 1,000 of them available. This is a common card in this release edition. So of this particular card. Then I hold 1 copy in my collection. If I had more than 1 copy, it would say more than 1 here. All right. Next up, I'm going to kind of keep going down right here. So I can see it's owned by me, Redbird, and I have serial 898. So all of our cards are serialized. I think that's the right word. Basically just meaning the first one that is created is number 1. The second one is number 2, et cetera, onwards and onwards. And this one, because 1,000 were minted, it goes all the way up to 1,000. So I have number 898. For the most part, our cards, when you're picking them up, they're randomized. So you don't know if you're getting it from Rcrdshp or from Sam Townend. You're probably going to get a random one. If you do want a specific serial number, you can go to the marketplace, but we'll talk about that later. Next up, I won't talk about listing for sales and gifting until later. I want to show you this. I don't know if you noticed, but there's this little like coin icon. It looks like a little yellow coin. And then the number 2. So this card has 2 coins on it. We are going to talk about that later. So just so you know, that's where it is on the card face. That's how you tell. But we'll talk about what that means later. Finally, and I think the most important and best part is the music. So I'm going to pause my stream music. I think I forgot to share my sound. But right now I'm playing Wowzers. I don't think you can hear it. Let me know if you can hear it. But I can see here I've got a full track available. I can add it and make a playlist. So I've got a playlist going here. So just added it to the bottom there. Cool. All right. I'm going to pause this because my brain can't function if I'm also listening to that loud of music. So I'm just going to scroll down and look at a little bit more information that we can see about this particular, actually, this is about the particular release edition because I can see what else is happening in the cards that other people own. All right, so I'll start over here on this. No, I'll start actually over here with the marketplace listings. So I can see here that, about 8, I don't know, I'm not going to count, but about 8 have been listed on the marketplace. I can see all of the different prices that have been listed at. Do I suggest you pay money for this particular NFT? No, because you can still go get it for free. So why would you pay money? We'll talk about reasons why also later when we get to the marketplace, but just so you know, you can see what is available here. Then on this side, this is your little Rcrdshp icon, and it has all these weird colors. So let's talk about that. So this just shows sort of the distribution and whether people own them, whether they've done something with them. So the first one I'm going to look at is this purple section is how many are being held. And I can see 371 are being held in a collection. And holding in a collection is just like if you had a vinyl record on the shelf or, a baseball card also on a shelf. I don't know where else you hold things in a collection. Shelves, right? Basements? Yeah. Okay. So 371 are being held by someone. 9. Ooh, okay. I said 8, but it's 9. 9 are for sale. All right. That's these 9 right here. 620 are sealed, so they haven't been, it says sealed in packs, but we should probably update that wording. That just means they haven't been claimed yet, whether it's sealed in a pack or for this free NFT, they don't come in a pack. So the free NFT is just like they haven't been claimed by anyone yet. So there's still 620 wowzers available. So go get it. It's free. You might as well. And then you can see a little bit of information about what's going on in the sales market. So $2. Somebody has paid $10 for it. Crazy, but whatever floats your boat. All right. That is, I'm just going to look at my notes to see if there's anything else I want to talk about on this page. I think that's pretty much it. I just realized I have all this stuff in here that I need to take out because it's going to show us more things that I want to show you later. Oh, well, that's interesting. That sort of just broke my page when I did that. Meant to do this before. Sorry, fam. You had to watch me remove things from my hand and break my page. All right. Next up, actually, we are going to go over to see other things in my collection. This one I definitely want to take out for now because I'm going to show you some more stuff later. And the last thing will be the walkie-talkie. I'll put all that stuff back in later, and I'll show you that in a little bit. All right. So when you come into your collection, this is what you'll see. I'm going to go through like what's here at the top. So the next section is your showcase. So this is where you get to feature some cards that the rest of the public can see. If you can't tell, I personally love featuring some of the amazing women that we have on the platform. Actually, I think I can show you. So you do have a public profile. So if you look it up, I just clicked on that little link. Oh, yeah, I think maybe I'm going to flip over to my other profile in a little bit. So I'll try to remember to show you what my public profile looks like. But basically, all people can see from on your public profile is your showcase and what you have for sale. Cool. If you have something for sale, it'll show here. I don't have anything for sale. Staff aren't allowed to sell right now. Next up are the sets. So there's lots of different sets. The way that we think about sets is how we contain all of the cards. So if I come and I'll look at, I'm trying to think of, okay, so Tidy Tracks, they just dropped. I haven't actually bought a pack yet and opened up that pack to see what I have. So I can see here though, everything's kind of grayed out. Let me show you one where maybe I have a few of the collectibles, but not all of them. All right, Anish. So you can see here, this one's like nice, bright, colorful, kind of glows. These other ones, I don't own them yet, so they're kind of grayed out. It's just a way to collect your collection in a set. And then finally, the last section at the top is your packs. So then you can come in, you will see both your packs that you haven't opened yet. So you can see here, I have a bunch that I have not opened and I can tell because it still says sealed. Once I've opened it, it'll show how many cards I had and that it's been revealed. Hey, Astral Fusion. She's in the comments with us. She's one of our staff here at Rcrdshp, super knowledgeable. Ask her anything. She's like, don't ask me anything. All right, next up, I'm going to go over to my profile. I'm going to actually flip over to my work account because as much as I love you all, I don't want you to see my personal email address. So let me just share my other screen. If you give me 2 shakes of a dog's tail, wags of a, what is that saying? I don't know. I'm not going to try to say it. All right. Your profile. So to get here, I just clicked at the top and then clicked on edit profile. We'll see a whole bunch of stuff open up over here. So I can see here, you've got your name. We have a card that has utility that allows you to change your name if you want to. Your account username. Ooh, yeah. Remember when I wanted to go show you the public profile? That's what would appear in the URL. So it's app.recordshop.com/players/redbird or redbird-staff. That would be my public profile. Cool. Next up, your email address. I don't think you can edit. I don't remember. I've never really tried. I think you might need to, maybe click that update button. I don't know. I've never really tried. Just send a ticket to our support. Next up, I want to show you social accounts. We'll go back to capabilities in a moment. I do really suggest linking your Discord and linking your Twitter at the very minimum. We do actually quite a few challenges, which we'll talk about in a bit, that it's really helpful if you have those connected. So I do suggest you do those. You can see your balance. If you've sold some things, you'll see your balance here. I can actually show you my balance on my personal profile because I do have some balance. You can also see your coin ledger. Don't worry, we'll talk about that. Any gifts that you've sent, you can see here. You can request a withdrawal here on this page. You do need to have some money in your account. Shocking, I can't request a withdrawal for $0. Finally, verification. So you do need to verify ID if you want to do certain things like withdraw money. I believe sending gifts or receiving gifts or something. So just FYI, it is fine to just do it. We use a third party, so you don't have to worry about your personal information. Finally, I'm going to hop over to capabilities. And what I love about this is that it really gives you a quick overview of what capabilities there are that are sort of hidden in our site. We really like to talk about the game of Record Shop and things that you can do that aren't just buying and selling collectibles. So this capability section gives you a sort of basic overview of what those are. Hello, friend the Nickel. I am so happy you just found us, and I'm very happy you're finding the 101 useful so far. Welcome. All right. I am going to hop back to my personal profile because we have, actually, before I do that, though, I'm going to just, because I said I would, I'll show you what that player profile looks like if I'm not logged in under my account. So here, all people can see for my personal profile is my showcase and what I have for sale, which, like I said, I don't have anything, so it doesn't really show much, but we're working on it. People can also hit you up on Twitter or Discord, which is nice. Cool. All right, now I'm going to unshare my screen again and pop it over to my personal account. Sorry, you don't have to listen to me sing very often, don't worry. All right. Next up, I want to go to, I'm going to get my notes up to make sure I don't miss some things. There we go. We're going to go and talk about drops next. This might be Nickel. I don't know. Nickel, I would love to know how you found us and what brought you here. Was it Tidy Tracks? Trying to think about who else we've had recently. Future Sound of Egypt, maybe Fairy, Corsten. We've got lots of really great stuff happening on Record Shop, so I'd love to know how you found us. All right, so drops. Right from the drops page is where you will find it. Like I said earlier, this is just basically our way to do a primary sale, as we call it. So this is how Record Shop makes sure that we can sell it to you. I'll show you what the Tidy Tracks looks like. I'm not going to buy one right now. You can see here sort of this beautiful artwork. I love how it looks like an actual vinyl, as we've been talking about vinyls today. Every single artwork is completely unique to that artist or that label. I think they've done a really fabulous job with this one, the gold vinyl. You can kind of read the description here. Lots of good info there. Pro tip, usually you can find a link to a free NFT if you click on the drop page and you scroll down a little. So like right here, I can see it. Oh, friend the Nickel said it was an accidental doing some music NFT research. Sweet. I'm happy that you found us accidentally. So then, actually, since you found us accidentally, I do really highly recommend the starter pack to get you going. Really good introduction to what our collectibles look like, a whole bunch of different partners you're likely to get. Our packs are completely randomized. So the cards you get in, the serial numbers you get from it, even the serial number of the pack, because each pack is also serial numbered. All of that is completely random. It wasn't always random. There were a few drops at the start of Rcrdshp where lower pack counts meant that you were getting lower collectibles, but somewhere around like the 4th or 5th main drop back in, before I started working here, they became completely randomized. So before November. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for drops. So pretty straightforward. You can see kind of the full list of what's available here. We got some rare tracks as well, where it's a 1 track, very limited mint count. And it's some really fabulous content. And I know our partners are looking at doing some really awesome rewards for those. Next up, I want to go to the challenges. You got a late night pizza in your starter pack. That's awesome. I'll show you something that the late night pizza can do in a little bit because it has some special functionality. All right, challenges. This is where that gaming and fun really gets to come in. I think this is where Rcrdshp really does things differently than when you're physically collecting things, because it's really cool when you're digitally collecting things and we know your account. We're able to hook you up with the actual artist and say, hey, so-and-so, like Friend the Nickel, has actually collected a whole bunch of your stuff, Mr. Artist Man. Maybe you should do a reward or do a challenge to try and get them to collect more. So I will just show off right now. We've got some Disco Fries challenges that are live. Just went live like about an hour ago. They are super fun. Maybe I'll show you this one. Yeah, I'm going to show you this one because it's fun. So Disco Fries is one of our sort of pioneering artists. They've been with us really since day one, and they are really like to get feedback on what our players like to do, and they just like tell me what you want and we'll figure out how to do it. So they did a huge campaign with a ton of challenges, and one of them, I'll show you just one now because they had like 7 challenges. So this one is a burning challenge, and we haven't talked about burning yet, but it's a functionality of our collectibles that you can burn them. And burning, when you burn a collectible on Rcrdshp, you literally destroy it. Like it would be like taking a lighter and catching flame to your baseball card. It's doing the same thing. So why the hell would you ever want to burn it? Disco Fries is giving you a really friggin' good reason. So one of the cards that they had in their pack drop was the Beers with Fries card. It was a rare. I think only like 40 were available, and they had 2,000 packs that they were selling. So like your chances of getting it are pretty rare. But they do still have some packs available. I think they have about 200 left, and they really, really, really want to sell out soon. So suggest picking that one up to see what you get. So the Beers with Fries card, and if you can see really close, if you squint, that is like a little 2 beers cheersing. So they are asking that you burn this card. And why would you burn it? It gives you a benefit. And it will actually release those coins. Remember the coins we were looking at when we were looking at the collectibles? It'll release those coins and put them into your account and give you that balance. So burning actually gives you something. And in this case, actually, the Disco Fries are also going to ship a limited edition Disco Fries bottle opener and a coaster featuring design work from this pack to anybody who burns this collectible. So they've really thought about some fun ways to incorporate some of the gaming aspects that Rcrdshp has available. And when I was just talking about late night pizza, Friend the Nickel, late night pizza is actually one of our burning artifacts. I'll show you how to use those soon. Not yet, because I want to talk about the marketplace first. Because We also have quite a few collection rewards and challenges. So here, Tidy Tracks has just released one. So for Tidy Tracks, they're saying, hey, collect 5 release cards. They have 7 available. So in their packs, you just have to collect 5. If you collect 5, you are immediately going to receive a Tidy Tracks mix. So they're doing a special DJ mix just for people who hold at least 5 collectibles. And then if you collect, they have 2 merch cards, a t-shirt and a Hard House t-shirt. So if you collect both of those, they're going to enter you into a draw to win credit towards their merch store. So $20 that you can, or £20 that you can earn towards their merch store. So some really simple collection challenges. So let's talk about the collection challenges. And hey, if you're missing some of these cards and you want to, Rebecca in the comments just said she's debating whether to open a pack or keep it sealed. Y'all know what I think. I think you should open it. There's some like thrill about opening a pack and seeing what you get, and then going to see like, ooh, how close am I to that challenge? I always say open it, but I'm not really in it for like the long play to make a ton of money. That's one of the reasons I initially came to Rcrdshp was like, how can I flip stuff and how can I make some money? But it definitely hooked me in, and now I'm not that way at all. Now I'm like, ooh, what can I do with these collectibles? All right. So I just headed over to the marketplace. So let's say I need to pick up some of those Tidy Tracks. Ooh, I actually might not be able to pick them up for another hour or so. So one thing just to note, you cannot pick up a collectible from a drop until 24 hours after that drop it has to be alive for at least 24 hours. Otherwise, you might just go to the marketplace and skip the drop page altogether. And the reason we would prefer you to buy from the main drop is actually more of that money goes back directly to the artist. Whereas when you're buying from the marketplace, because you're selling player to player, so like Rebecca and I could sell each other cards. So we're taking a lot of that profit and a smaller percentage is going back to the artist. So that's why we think it's really important to buy from the drops. The artist is getting some more money. All right, but let's say for one of my disco fries challenges, actually maybe let's see if there's beers with fries available. Ooh. All right. So the cheapest one is $180. So if you think that's worth it for a coaster and a beer opener, that is totally up to you. So I can see here too. So I see actually a lot of information here. Remember how we were talking about serial numbers? So let's talk about in the marketplace, because one thing I noticed here is that serial number 1 is listed much, much higher than anything else. So it's really up to you if you're going to sell, how much you want to sell it for. That's totally your decision. I will say if you go to sell either a number 1 serial or a perfect serial, which is like here. Okay, let's look back. Use our brains and remember what I said about these numbers. So 1 of 40. So only 40 of these have been minted. If you have number 1 or if you have number 40, if you happen to open that in a pack, it might be worth a little bit more on the market because people just like having the first thing ever done or the last thing ever done, right? Like everybody kind of likes that. You'll also see some people are immature at Rcrdshp and we like other stupid numbers like 69 and 420. So, those might be worth a little bit more. You might want to hold on to that one for the lulz. Cool. So before I show you buying and all of that good stuff, I'm actually going to go to my collection and show you what it looks like to sell something. All right. So let's say I want to sell this lift off with fried fam. Maybe the first thing I would do is come and look and see what people are selling it for. Okay. Current floor just means the lowest price. So current floor is yeah, it is. Hey, friend the nickel. Nice catch on the tattoo. Most people think it's a camera. I'm very impressed. All right, so the floor price right now is $1. So like if I sell it for more than $1, especially because I actually have a pretty good serial number. I have number 4. I can see here, number 4. So like, maybe I put it for like $2. But just for the sake of looking at the commission here, I'm going to put it at $100 just because like I suck at math. So we do take a commission on the sale. So if you list this for $100 and you sell it for $100, you're not going to get $100 in your account. You are going to get $87.50. And that is because we take a commission of 12.5%. Some of that is for fees, just like for running the platform, but most of that is going back to the artist, which is really nice and something very different that you don't see if you're purchasing a vinyl or you're purchasing a baseball card. If you ever were to resell that artist or that artist, I don't really care about the baseball player personally. No offense. I don't even know if they make money off of the primary sale. But that artist is not seeing a sale if you sell a digital vinyl in 10 years and make a huge profit. So something really neat that we get to do. But I also want to show you quickly that commission is actually a lot higher on a pack. And let me explain why. So I can't sell it. So you can only sell a pack once the pack is sold out. So I hope that makes sense, because obviously it doesn't make sense if you would sell it at a lower price than what we're trying to sell it for, or if you would sell it at a higher price. All right, so if I want to list this pack for sale, we actually take a 25% commission. And the reason for that is there's multiple collectibles in the packs. It's not just one collectible. And then we want to make sure that we're distributing the commission to the artists more evenly amongst those multiple collectibles. Okay. So it is higher. Yes, you're making less money, but that money is going back to the artist in the pack who created that content. Okay. Next, I'm going to hop over. This little icon is our analytics page. So if you are like a little bit nerdy like me and you like to know your analytics, you can come in here and just see all of the collectibles. If you tap on one of the headers, it'll list them alphabetically or highest, lowest, or whatever. So you just can get some good info at a glance. You can also download it as a CSV. I will show you, if you are super nerdy and love Google Sheets and spreadsheets and stuff, like I'll show you some hacks towards the end, because that's sort of how I got my job here, because I love spreadsheets so much. So we'll talk about it. So this actually doesn't have a ton of information on the analytics page, and I want to show you some of those cards that have extra features. Like I was talking about, like we talked about late night pizza already. So I'm going to do something and equip this card to my hand. So remember earlier when I had some stuff over here? This is called your hand. And like, think of this as like your literal hand. You can carry around cards and they have extra capabilities that they give you. So the first thing I'm going to do is EI. Another one I'm going to do, EI is Extraordinary Insights, but I'm just too lazy to say the whole thing every time. I'm going to get a burning. I don't know if I have a late night pizza. Yeah, I do. All right, I'll put that in my hand too. Late night pizza gives burning capability. There are other cards that do it as well. There's a couple of lighters and there's a matchbook to burn cards. DJ mixer I need. There we go. I'll put that in my hand. Then I just need the DJ, which is a problem because, as you can see, we use the word DJ a lot on this website, if you are shocked by that. So I'm actually just going to sort it by type, which is the card type. All of these are called artifacts. Remember how we had a release type, moment type. So these are artifact types. So I'm going to actually equip that to my hand. And the last one I'm going to equip to my hand is Walkie-Talkie. All right, so we're now getting kind of into the more advanced playing of Rcrdshp. So if you are like already overwhelmed with what's been going on, this might be a good time to take a little break and come back later. But if you're still good, Stick with me. We're getting through it. We're almost there. All right. So back to the analytics page. You'll notice a ton more columns and that they've got this like cool, colorful glow. This is because of the Extraordinary Insight card. So it's got some really just more information. And like throughout this site, we're giving you a little bit more information as you go along. Another thing that it can do, I bought this card back a while back, 6 months ago. So it just gives you, it'll give you the full sales history. So if it has gone through multiple sales, it'll show you all of that sales history, where if I took that card in my hand, it wouldn't show that. Actually, I'm going to pick on Tubenberger for my next thing too. So you might have noticed this little flame icon. This is how you burn. So when we were talking about the beers with fries, when you are ready to burn that, you'll see this little fire icon. That is because I have late night pizza in my hand. If I were to take that out, you wouldn't see that icon. Again, other cards that have the same functionality are lighter and matchbook, late night pizza. They can all burn. And late night pizza is because it gives you heartburn. Okay, I'm not going to actually burn this card, but basically I'm just going to click and hold and you'll see. And okay, if I if I held it for the whole time, it would basically explode. It shows a little gravestone. It's like RIP. Again, that would release the coins, put the coin balance back into my account. And for things like specific challenges, that's probably what you would want to burn for. I'm going to head back to my collection and we're going to talk about some new things that I'm seeing up here. So I see two new headers. First one is music. That's because I put the DJ into my hand. There's two DJ cards, one that looks like that and one that looks a little different. But now it's basically just sorting all of my music all in one place. Any duplicates, I'm pretty sure, are put into one. So you have one. It's basically like a major playlist. You can create a playlist. You can sort them. Like maybe you want to only listen to techno today. You can sort it. So that just helps you with your music collection. You can see things like the tempo, the key, how long it is, something like a mix that's 30 minutes long. You know, it doesn't have one tempo and it doesn't have one key. So it won't have that. That's funny that's not showing there now. I guess you can only see that from your main collection page. That seems like a little bug. All right, the last one I can see here is the mixer, and that's because I have the DJ mixer in my hand. Again, this is some more advanced functionality on the site. And the mixer allows you to mash a couple of cards together and click the mix button, and then it's going to create something new. So this is actually, that would do something. I want to show you when it doesn't work. Actually, the Plur card is an example of something that I did mix. I mixed 4 cards together and I got Plur. All right, so I'm going to attempt to mix this. It won't work. So that was like, wah, didn't do anything. I don't have a recipe that I can just kind of show you without actually doing it in my personal collection. Sorry, my brain is like just stopped on what I was talking about mixing. All right. So actually, I'm going to go, can I click on see this card from here? No. All right. I'm going to go back to my collection and find Plur. So I actually mixed, there are 4 cards, 4 separate cards, peace, love, unity, respect. And I put those 4 in the mixer and I clicked the mix button and it came out and gave me this Plur card. This Plur card also has functionality that I'm going to add to my list. And it's gifting functionality. You are able to gift whether or not you have Plur, but you're limited to, I think it's 1 gift a week. It's either 1 gift a week or 1 gift a day. But if you have Plur, you can gift even more. And sending a card as a gift is as simple as clicking on send a gift. It's going to create a gift code, which is a link that you can then copy paste and give to someone like your friend. I'm just going to withdraw that because I just realized literally somebody could type in that URL and take my Plur card from me, and that would make me sad. Cool. Recipes we don't have anywhere on the website that you can see the recipes for the mixer, but we do have some amazing community members who have started to, sorry, I went to the wrong page, who have started to list out the recipes that are available. So you hop in our Discord and you can find them there. All right, the last card I want to talk about for now, because I'm going to come back and talk about one more, is the Walkie-Talkie. And the Walkie-Talkie has some fun functionality that's only available in Discord. So you, as I was saying earlier, you do need to have your Discord connected in order for this particular card to work. But when you enable it, I'm going to just stop sharing my screen and then share Discord instead. All right. This is our Discord. So I can see here, this channel is called Get It Real Time. And it's because you can get some real-time sales data. So you can actually come in and see what's happening in the sales, but only if you have Walkie-Talkie in your hand. So you can just see Mohammed here sold Poncho Girl to Secret Handshaker for $9.99. We're going to talk about this. Should I do it now or should I do it after I talk about Discord? I'll do it now. All right. So let's say you don't want your sales info to be here because I can see, okay, Jig Jones sold something to Greyhound for $5.80. So say you don't want to have your name listed on this. I will show you how to get around it. A reason you might not want your name showed is for challenges. We had one challenge where you had to burn a bunch of shit, like burn up your collection basically. And the person who won burned so much more than the person in second place. And we asked them, like, why did you do that? Why did you go through and burn so much? Like he was like 1,000 coins ahead of the next person. Like it was insane. And he said, well, I actually went into Get It Real Time and I scrolled through the 2 or 3 people right below me. And I looked and saw everything that they had bought recently for cheap, assumed that meant that they were going to burn it. And then I went and burned more than that so that they wouldn't even stand a chance. Legit, this is what he thought. And I thought that was brilliant. So, like, how can you fault the guy? He figured it out. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you is Secret Handshake. I had to take something out of my collection before I'll take out the DJ. Your hand is limited to 5 cards only right now. That's why I had to take that out. You'll notice too, there's Secret Handshake, and there was Secret Handshake that was spelled with a K. Oh, I realized my screen is a little small on video. I don't fully understand. There's a chance when you use Secret with a K that it could burn your collectible that you're trying to buy. So like, just be wary. So anyway, I'm going to head to the market. Yeah, people get crazy into strategies. All right, so let's say I want to buy this gas mask. You know me, I'm always going to come and look at the serial numbers, just make sure I can't get a better serial number or like a decent serial number for a low price. You know what? For this card in particular, I'll probably be good with the $1. All right, so I think I have to actually click on the listing that I want. So instead of going buy now and buying this way where I have the choice to buy with my balance or with credit card, I can use the Secret Handshake feature. So I go to the specific collectible either by clicking this link, or if when I'm in the market, this was directly from the marketplace, I can also just click on the serial number here. All right, so then I see here Disco Fries #2 fan. So if I want to buy gas mask from them, I can just, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to do it. But I just hold that down, and you saw the 2 little like packages happening. So it's like a Secret Handshake. We're doing it on the down low, you know. And then what that would do in Discord is hide my identity. So that's what they did at that example one that I looked at, Poncho Girl. So they use Secret Handshake, so that's hiding their identity. Cool. And let's talk about the rest of our Discord while we're here. So I see a lot more channels than you do, and I know it's overwhelming sometimes. A few things I will highlight. We're trying to be really good with our events. So You can tap here and see the events going on. I can see right now live. We're doing Record Shop 101 right here. So I do suggest checking that out. The next few areas you're going to see that I think are super important is announcements. It's for announcements. Only staff can type in here, so don't worry about that. Status issues, blah, blah, blah. Good morning, when in Rome. I will highlight verified notifications. This is something that we've implemented recently, specifically with the notifications. Ooh, nice. Chris made it all into one. So setting these preferences will make sure that you get notifications when we're tagging certain things. So come in, pop on the notifications you want. Just tap this like OB nugget if you want all notifications, if you only want to know about drops, challenges, features, etc., etc. It kind of gives you that overview of what you want. Obviously, you want the notifications for live events because you get to see me most of the time. Everyone's like, go away, Lisa. Just kidding. Some other good info. I'm not going to go through every single room, but I will say if our general chat can get really, really busy. So if you if you think of a really good idea and you think you really want us to see it, make sure to pop it in suggestions. Our team members really do come in and check it and love to hear your suggestions. There have been a lot of things that we've done and implemented because of what our community has suggested. So definitely throw recommendations in there. Support, if you wanted to connect with our support team. Questions for staff, that's your like short line to Chris, Astrofusion, myself, Obi. Rather than, we do have community mods as well. They're right here. We have 4 of them right now. They are also all excellent, really, really understand everything going on at Record Shop. So they often answer questions for us too. One thing I also really want to highlight, and we'll come back to this. Actually, I'll come back to that in a moment. Next up is general chat. In here is our general chat where you can just chat with everyone generally. I'm really good at explaining things, guys. Can you tell why I got hired here? But yeah, just as Astro mentioned, hop in our community, ask questions. Everybody really wants to help each other out. I think we have one of the best communities, so absolutely stay in touch there. All right, so the last one I'll show now is resources from the community. There's lots of other stuff. Actually, Astro was just saying that she was announcing some trivia winners. So we do trivia Thursdays, meme Mondays. We have a lot of really fun events. So check those out. Astral is your girl. If you have questions about the Discord events that we do, just ask her because she kills it. She keeps on top of it for us, which I really, really appreciate. She's the best. All right, so resources from the community. There's literally just links to things that other people have made to help you learn about Record Shop. Their Kid Smooth has made a 1-page overview. I'll talk about this one in a little bit. We have some really great video content. I will say, if you connect with Finn and Amp NFT, Finn is one of our community mods as well. They do a podcast and they focus on NFTs in general, but one of the reasons they started their podcast was to really focus in on Record Shop. He's just an absolute pleasure. So you can connect with them over here. We're going to talk about Ogaf Club, so I'll get back to that in a moment. The Reed is another one of our community mods who started a blog, so you can check that out as well. And as I was saying earlier, Last Raven, another one of our community mods, has started a Google Doc on mixing recipes that are known and available. So you can check that out if you want to do some mixing. I'll do this one and then I'll do that one to end because I've got a spreadsheet nerd on here and just love it. All right, we're going to talk about Ogaf.club. So Ogaf is a concept in Record Shop, which is sort of like a badge of honor. So we, way back in the day, to celebrate the launch of Rcrdshp, we released a set called Ogaf, and it stands for Original Gangster as Fuck. So it's now become a badge of honor to collect the whole set, to say, I'm not a fan of one particular artist. I'm a fan of Rcrdshp, and like, here's my badge of honor. I am an Ogaf. And you'll actually see in our Discord, a lot of users have the little Ogaf drill the grass here. Your name gets to turn purple. You get this little Ogaf stamp beside it once you've collected the whole set. So we do some really fun stuff. And right now it's at a really good price. It used to be like almost $1,000. So it's a really good time to get in. Highly recommend. Then this website, so it is not affiliated with Rcrdshp, but it gives you just a shit ton of data about what's going on the site. This is for like major collectors. You can just come in and like see the history of a card. This one's only been around for a few days. But like, you could go all the way back to 1 year history of sales. Cool. Check that out if you want to kind of get ahead on, all of my personal stuff is getting in your face now. No worries. I'm going to hop back over to resources, and I'm going to go to the market links spreadsheet. This is the thing that I nerded out on that got me a job at Rcrdshp, 100%. It is weirdly zoomed in right now. So when Rcrdshp first started, they didn't have the analytics page, and I was just like, man, I want to know what is happening on the market, when something sells, what the floor prices are, so I can make good decisions about sales. So I worked with someone who is a developer, and he actually built this really cool, he helped me build this really cool spreadsheet, because we were literally, we'd go in every single day, and I had a couple of community members who would do it with me. This is before I worked here, where we would go and look at the sales of everything that was happening, and we would update the spreadsheet manually. So finally, someone helped me to automate it. So if you are a spreadsheet nerd, you can come and grab this formula. It's an import data, and you can bring this into your own spreadsheet, and then you can smack it up to your own collection. So highly recommend checking that out. I do see that I need to do some updates, and oh my God, I almost broke it. Cool. Guys, oh my God, it's already been an hour that I've been talking at you. Any other questions while you have me? Obviously, like I said, reach out on Discord, but I do want to wrap this up in a few minutes. I think I have, what was it that I needed to do when I got out of here? There was a Twitter challenge that just ended a few days ago that I want to actually get some winners listed out. So I have something to go and run and do, but I want to stick around and see if there are any questions. Friend the Nickel, I think, is the only person who's been brave enough anyway to say something in the chat. Hopefully there's some other new people here. But I will save this recording and it'll go up on YouTube. All right, let's see who is playing some music that we want to go check out. I'm trying to see if any of our disco fries are on. We're definitely going to go raid them. All right, so we're going to go check out the Disco Fries. I was just talking about all the cool challenges that they have on. So let's go see what they're doing. I think they're doing Dope and Nope today. So we're going to go have some fun with them. Cheers. Hit us up in Discord if you have any questions. Make sure you follow us and do all the good stuff. And we'll see you sometime soon. Ciao.